Ladies and gentlemen, now the Egyptian Heritage Rescue Foundation, known as EHRF, was founded back in 2013 with the aim of promoting and safeguarding Egyptian and regional cultural heritage. And its first mission was to deliver and design for government staff and a concerned organization courses on disaster risk preparedness and first aid to cultural heritage. Now, preserving our cultural heritage is actually a very important topic that we need to talk further, and therefore we are joined now by two members of the team. We have with us Mrs. Amira Siddi. She is the Director of the Technical Programs at FACH. Good day to you, Amira. And also Mr. Abdel Hamid Saleh Sayed. He is a historical conservator and first aider to cultural heritage and chairman of the Egyptian Heritage Rescue Foundation. Good day to you, sir.
Thank you. Good day.
So, first of all, I'd like you to talk to us about the founding of your initiative itself.
Okay. For the foundation, how it has been built, it has been built first of all by Mr. Abdel Hamid Salah, because it was his idea after the after the revolution, the 25th of revolution on 2011, many of the archaeological sites and the heritage sites in Egypt has been many risks has been attacked the archaeological sites. Vandalism or trespassing, sometimes some looting has been, of course everybody know what has been happened to the Egyptian Museum during the revolution and how we have recovered this. And on the 2013, the attack of the Malawi Museum, and he has an idea come to his mind that we have to make a foundation with a task force who is very good training and trained how we could manage such a risk or a crisis. And one of the first teams that has been one of the first task force which has been delivered was a trainer, Egyptian trainer, and the first simulation which has been a real one was the bombing of the Museum of Islamic Art. We have put all what we have learned during the training courses, and I think we have make a very good example.
Yes. Mr. Abdel Hamid, you are a conservator, historical conservator. So how do you term or describe something that is endangered or at historical or culturally endangered?
Actually, we are not the one who are giving this terminology, which means that mostly UNESCO, she is a body that concerned to announce that this heritage is endangered, and they have some criteria about this. Like, for example, some sites like in Iraq and Syria, because of the destruction, because of the war and the conflict there, they announce that it is endangered. It means that mostly they are in a process that it will lose the values, that because of these values they are listed as World Heritage Site. In Egypt, so far, maybe just one site, Abu Mina, I think it was very clear, very close to be announced that it will be heritage and dangers. But alhamdulillah, so far it is not. And we are trying now as the foundation, as well as the Ministry of Antiquities, to do our best to avoid historic Cairo to be listed as heritage and dangers. But so far it's not.
Well, I'm quite interested in the activities you're doing, because I understand from what you told me before this segment started that you have a variety of programs, some dedicated to archaeologists and those who are studying. Like, for instance, I understand that both of you are professional archaeologists, and then others dedicated to the community the monument is in. So would you tell us more about these activities, please, in detail, the program itself?
Yes, for the training programs that we have in process now, we are very keen that this program are not dedicated only to specialists, but we have specialists from heritage, we have specialists from, for example, natural heritage, because also we have natural heritage. We have done the last month for example, one of our course which has been with the Ministry of Antiquities and the Ministry of Agriculture, plus some of the public. And sometimes we have from Ministry of Cultural too. So with multidisciplinary backgrounds, when a site or a collection is endangered, you cannot know who is now in the heritage site or who is present during the crisis itself. So we have to have some volunteers who can have many ideas about how they can deal with collections, artifacts with different kind, from organic or inorganic, for example, how to manage, for example, if we have to take a decision for evacuation for the site, how they will evacuate this valuable collection, how they making how they handle with them, how they making the packing, how they making the quick documentation. And I think we have done a good work through many training courses, and in the same time we have another activity which is a practical one. In the historical Cairo, we have two monuments which we are dealing with. For example, we have done a study that the historical Cairo, one of the major source of risk is the fire. And so we have making it a small target with two monuments, and to deal how we can avoid the risk of fire about these two monuments, how we could avoid any risk of fire on them.
Okay, and a question could be for both of you: what are the most endangered heritage sites here in Egypt and Cairo in particular?
I think mostly, as just Samira said, it's historical Cairo, as it's had a lot of risks.
You mean the Fatimid Cairo?
Fatimid Cairo, also the Cairo from downtown and reaching the Abhar Park, and from
So the Islamic Cairo, in a sense, with the various Islamic monuments and houses in it, whether the Mu'izz Street or the various areas, even Coptic Cairo and Old Cairo.
A little bit larger. As Amir said, if you just the last record for the last 5 years, we found that the most hazardous attack historic Cairo is fire. Just a couple of months ago, we have been attacked by fire. Happened in Gamaliya, and last year, like these days, we have major fires attack some parts of historic Cairo, like Al-Ataba, and we have lost like some buildings because of the fire. So now our aim is to reduce the impacts of the fire. Sometimes it's because of the earthquake, sometimes it's because of some human activity. Go there in the streets, you find that the problem there, the activity there of the humans are not secured enough to not mitigate the fire.
So actually the conditions of it, especially that it's in a residential area, is quite hard, and you're trying to control that. I'd like to thank you very much, Mr. Abdelhamid Salah Sayed, historical conservative and first aider in to culture heritage, chairman of the Egyptian Heritage Rescue Foundation, and Mrs. Amira Siddiq, the director of the technical program for this interview. Thank you very much. And I guess it's time to go to a quick break.
Yes, thank you very much and for being with us. And we'll take a short break where we're going to see the entertainment news, and we'll be right back.